All right, welcome back into the channel and welcome in for another video. Eagles Nation, Eagles Syndicate family, how you doing today? The preseason game has come and gone. I gave my instant reaction. If you want to check that out, it is up on the channel now. But today I want to talk about my risers and fallers, where I'm at on stock on some of the players on this team following the preseason game. Obviously, we didn't see any guys like Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith play, Darius Slay on the defensive end, but their stock wasn't going to be changing. That's not who we're watching these games for. We're watching it for the young guys and some camp battles to see where guys land. The first guy I want to talk about is the guy from the thumbnail. I know a lot of you guys agree with me. His stock is up after last night, or 2 nights ago at this point. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., the linebacker out of Clemson. Of course, Jeremiah Trotter, former Philadelphia Eagle. This guy came out in bald. And linebacker is one of the positions that we've noticeably been weak at over the past couple years. We brought in Devin White. We have Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean, a part of the team, and JTJ. And JTJ really had a good game. Statistically, 5 tackles and 1 sack, but it was just he was all over the field. He was creating plays, picking up, moving past his man, getting another man, leaving tackles open for other guys to make, had a real sense of the game and had a real sense of the linebacker position. And not that Nakobe Dean's stock, went down, but I think that Jeremiah Trotter Jr. showed that he's a better all-around linebacker than Dean. I think Dean is a good blitzing linebacker, and if you want to attack the quarterback or send a blitz scheme on 3rd down or, make the opposing offense, think that you're sending one, Nakobe Dean's a good guy to have out there. But in terms of a coverage linebacker and a secure tackler, JTJ may end up becoming an Eagles starter by the end of this year. And I don't think that's crazy to say, at least based on his preseason week 1 performance. He was all over the football field, he was shining, and he was very, very solid. Another young player on this team that performed very well, Kelee Ringo. Kelee Ringo, again, I talked about this in the interaction, I want to say it again. He is younger than Quinyon Mitchell. Kelee Ringo is 22 years old, 6'2", 220 pounds. The athleticism and the raw ability was there. We just knew that this was a guy who had to be groomed and get a little work in the NFL and really refine and polish his game. And it looks like this offseason, he may have done that. Some stats for you: on 5 targets, he allowed 1 catch and allowed a 42.9 passer rating on, plays where he was targeted. That is very good. Kelee Ringo was very solid. He had that red zone breakup, very nice action there. An Eagles team who is looking for not only their cornerback too, but who's going to be the nickel for this team. I know the easy answers are Isaiah Rodgers and Avonte Maddox, because those are the vets and those are the older guys. And that very well might be where Vic Fangio lands, because he's kind of an old school guy. But Kelee Ringo played really well in the preseason game. And I wouldn't be shocked if he is the outside corner opposite Darius Slay come week 1 in San Juan, Brazil against the Packers. He played good. He's got the size. He's got the athleticism. When I gave my predictions, I thought it was going to be Isaiah Rodgers, who, again, my stock isn't down on Isaiah Rodgers, but it's not up like it is for Kelee Ringo. My stock is also slightly up on Quinyon Mitchell. I do think he has the ability to play the nickel if they want him to. And, I think that they may want to get as much talent on the field as possible. And that could result in Quinyon starting as a nickel corner for this team, which the nickel is a very underrated position in today's NFL and is very important. So I wouldn't be mad if that's where they put him, because I think he can make a real impact there. But on that slant play, he jumped the route. Did he get the pick? No. Should he have gotten the pick? Absolutely. However, this is a turnover-worthy play that he forced. And the Eagles had a real problem last year just generating turnover-worthy plays. I think a guy like CJ Gardner-Johnson solves that. However, having another guy in Quinyon Mitchell, who kind of is a ball hawk and has a nose for forcing turnovers, you want a guy like that out there on the field, having him as the nickel. If you want to go Ringo or Rodgers as the outside corner, you have that flexibility. That flexibility is a stock up arrow for me. As well, stock up Will Shipley. I try to tell you guys, I think he could be the RB2 for this team. I've seen Danny Woodhead comparisons. I love it. The Eagles clearly want to feature the running back in the goal line formations and in the red zone in the passing game. And Will Shipley scored the touchdown that way for the Eagles in the passing game. He was fine blocking too. I've heard that, he's had some up and down results as a blocker in training camp, but he was fine there. Other than that, Johnny Wilson, his stock, I guess a slight bump just to see him out there playing well, but from training camp, it's about staying the same. Some guys where the stock is down. Ainias Smith. I know a lot of people had some high hopes for him. He just simply didn't look good. And in this receiver room, John Ross, not my favorite guy. Johnny Wilson, I think he could be the 3 for this team. Ideally, he's not. Paris Campbell, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith. Going to be tough for Ainias Smith to get some playing time on this team. I don't have high hopes for him after what I saw, but one game is one game. You can't judge it too much. Stock down on Kenny Pickett. I think he stinks. I thought he stunk in Pittsburgh. I didn't love bringing him in. I just, as a backup, he's a guy that you go out there and hope he doesn't lose you the game. And you hope he just sticks to the script. And I guess for that, if you have to play him a game or two in the season and Jalen has to miss a game or two, fine, so be it. I prefer Tanner McKee. I know a lot of Eagles fans agree with me. I almost slightly even prefer Will Grier. I know we didn't see him play, but we've seen him play in games before for the Panthers. I'm just not a big fan of Kenny Pickett, if I'm being honest. I thought he looked really bad. I thought he had some bad missed throws. I don't think he's super athletic or super mobile. I don't know what it is with Kenny Pickett. Maybe somebody who's in on him could tell me in the comment section what you like about Kenny Pickett. I just don't see it. I'm not bought into Kenny Pickett, but shorter video today. Those are my biggest stock risers, stock fallers when it comes to the Eagles after their first preseason game. Let me know in the comment section, what are your thoughts on the preseason game and whose stock do you have rising? Who's do you have falling? Who did you think was the MVP of the game? Jake Elliott a little rusty. I'm not going to do a stock falling on Jake Elliott. We know what he is. But I will catch you guys next time for some more Eagles video. I am out. Fly, Eagles, fly. Peace.